Sexual violence is being used as a weapon of war in Sudan. The Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, is a paramilitary that's been terrorizing Jazeera State for weeks, targeting women and girls with sexual violence. Over 120 people have been killed.
For the RSF, it's a way to break the spirits of people, A lot of times they do it in front of the woman's family, in front of her husband, in front of her brother, in front of her father, in a way to, break their spirit. And unfortunately, women are just a battlefield for them.
Omnia Mustafa is a Sudanese activist who used to live in the state of Jazeera. And she says that the RSF is targeting civilians to take retaliation against former commander Abu Akla Kleikal, who defected from the RSF to the Sudanese armed forces with some of his soldiers. The RSF and the Sudanese army have been fighting for control of Sudan since April 2023.
First wave is that they loot. They loot everything. They go to banks, they loot them, they set them on fire. Then they go to civilian homes, they take every single car, then they come asking for money, then they come asking for jewelry, then they come and loot your house out of furniture, then they come and ask for your daughters.
Dozens of women in Jazeera State have reportedly died by suicide to avoid being raped by the RSF, according to some rights groups and monitors. And Omnia says that some fathers in the region have told their daughters they'll kill them and then kill themselves if they learn the RSF is coming for them.
When the RSF entered a Jazeera State, some women on X were asking about whether it's like they're Muslims, so they're asking for fatwa, fatwa like an Islamic advice, whether it's going to be halal or okay for women to kill themselves in times of war or not. They were asking Muslim scholars that. And it was really heartbreaking to witness.
The UN has found evidence of large-scale attacks and sexual violence across Sudan, with the majority of sexual and gender-based violence being committed by the RSF. This includes crimes of rape, torture, sexual slavery, and persecution based on ethnicity and gender, being done as part of systemic attacks against civilians to further their own political goals.
They do not respect women or see them as humans, and they also, unfortunately, it does not even stop just as rape. They have sexually enslaved women. They have taken women to places and continuously used them for 3 months and 4 months before. They sell women in markets.
The UN is calling for the International Criminal Court's jurisdiction in Sudan to be expanded to cover the whole country, in order to hold those people who've committed these crimes responsible.
I would say being Muslims definitely reduce the chances of your news being covered properly, and it gives a lot of space for propaganda. But being Muslim and Black and African is a whole different story. I think that the suffering of Africans have been way, way too normalized. Nobody cares. Africans are dehumanized in the eyes of the world and the eyes of the media.